right, man.
I'm sorry.
State your name and your crew and what city you're from.
Yo, DJ TekNeek. Yo, Handsome Brothers DJs. I kicks it with other crews such as the world famous Rick and Rush Show, Almighty CJ Flash. And kick it with my brothers here now. You guys,
out of
East Oakland, California.
East Oakland,
yeah, from East.
Is most of the Hiero from East Oakland?
I grew up with them dudes.
They got the compound out there, right?
They got the compound, yes, over 51st, Taking up over there.
I always wanted to ask this question. What's the difference between East Oakland and
there it is.
Such as what? The
style or the style, the music. I mean, because I know that, coming from San Jose, I was scared of Oakland in general.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
Well, it has a reputation.
Right. Yeah, right. But my fascination was, because I remember on the Wake Up show, it was East Oakland versus West Oakland, or Hobo Junction versus the Hiero. So what's the difference?
Hobo wasn't he from Fresno?
Saphir's, technically he's from Fresno, then he stayed in the Richmond, and then he stayed in
West Oakland.
But his family is in the West, like his like his Who Riders and whatnot, and some of the hobos are from Boston, like I know the Who Riders from Boston.
Wow.
IQ is from LA. A couple other cats they from other places. But to answer your question, the difference, such as the style as in hip hop or whatnot, I mean, it really isn't a difference. It's just, I think what it was the difference between the hobos and the Hieros was the Hiero was more, they were lyrical, they were hip hop, they both were hip hop, but they just had a different style to it, whereas the hobos had a real gritty, super underground style. Like, it was real gritty, whereas the Hiero, they were kind of more flamboyant with their underground style. But both styles were dope.
Yeah.
That was like, I love that time in hip hop, man.
I remember listening to that on the Wake Up show. That was just mesmerizing. I wish they would have put that shit up on YouTube or something. If anybody else
back in the day,
just to watch it, because listening on the radio, woo!
Oh. I remember tuning in. And listening
I mean, when the fight broke out, the mics went silent.
Okay, we gotta ask Sway and Tech about that. Next time I talk, we gotta ask him about that.
But you know what? They at the bottom line, they all had respect for each other, and they all was cool with each other. So that was the beautiful thing about that. But that's the difference between really, them two. But as far as the difference between East Oakland, West Oakland, North Oakland, it's really no different, man. It's all just an Oakland style, really. And Oakland has its own unique style in the Bay Area in general.
Yep. Oakland is different from Frisco. Frisco's different from San Jose. San Jose is different from Oakland. It's all different.
I used to love to go to Eastmont Mall and go barter to get me my fit.
That was
I didn't know you could do that, dude. But my boys were like, man, you could go bargain, get you, a whole fit, and you can barter it. I go, what?
Yep. They used to have the stores up there. There was Z-Man's, Mr. Z's, and there was Pro Sports, and you'd be able to get like a whole fit for like $100. Like you get like a Nike T-shirt, a pair of 501s. At the time, we was wearing 505 straight legs. They had them in all the colors. You can get you a pair of those, and probably and like some Lecoq Sportifs or some Cortez or some Bally sneakers. Now I know what I'm talking about. You would go up there and you get as they say back then, you get dealt, and whatnot. You get dealt, whatever. But and then they throw in a pair of socks, and then the dude be mad like you don't fuck with nobody with K-Swiss except me. You come to me. You don't go down to the store. You come to me. All right, bro, I'll do that. I'm going to the other store, man. Come on, blood. But that's how I was back then. Eastmont was cracking.
Eastmont. See, that's what people don't know. That's where the sideshows started.
Exactly.
No matter where you at doing them, the sideshow is where Eastmont is where the sideshow started.
Yes, he did. Right on MacArthur, man. But see, what people don't understand the difference between the sideshows now and the sideshows then, which I'm sure you guys know. For our listeners. The sideshow then was more about flossing. It was doing donuts and ski skirt to the next slide, whatever. It wasn't like that back then. I mean, it was, but it was like every now and then. It was more of the D-boys had the flossy car. They had the candy pang with the Zeniths and Vogues and the plush little interior and the beat in the car and whatnot. That's what it was about back then.
To me, it was when I experienced my first sideshow in the early, the late '90s, late '80s, early '90s. It was more like a car show, and it was more respectful.
That's what it was.
And nobody punked you. If you're from San Jose, oh, cool, you had a cool ride. they gave you props and
that's what it was
roll
about.
some trees up and hang out and just listen to the beat. You know what I mean?
That's exactly.
You never got. I never heard anybody getting jacked or beat up or anything like that.
Well, I mean, little fights, man, because that was the time when the Bay was separated with each other and they was funking with each other. Like Frisco cats would come and they had flossy rides.
Right.
And they come to the Eastmont Mall and they come, they ride and whatnot. And then probably at the end of the night it was probably a little fight or whatever. But cats from Frisco, cats from Richmond,
East Palo Alto.
East Mali Alto, they had to come up there, you know what I'm saying? They had flossy rides, and then, cats from here, Sandhall, they come up there, Vallejo, everywhere, man, they would all come up there to just come
hang out.
So that's what it was about, man. But I don't know.
Were you DJing back then? What got you into DJing?
Okay.
Was it with seeing D Sharp and the Hiero and them?
No, not even that, man. My thing of getting into DJing was watching Magic Number Video. Remember that back in the day? And I was watching it, and they would always have like a DJ. Like when they would play a rap video, they'd have a DJ, and he was. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then I remember Beat Street came out, and then Breaking. It was Breaking too. I would tell people in a heartbeat, I am not embarrassed to tell nobody. Breaking 2, when they had the 2 DJs and they were sweating and they were sharing or whatever. Don't boo that, bruh.
Who was the 2 DJs? You remember who that was?
Chris the Glove, and I don't know.
The Glove, that's like C's original DJ, right?
Executioner, I think, was the other one. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the Glove's Reckless.
I'm wrong on that. But
it was crazy with they had the rotary, the Bozak mixer in
the old school mixer, yeah. And they was, and they just had, the outfits was terrible. It was like some S&M type outfits.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same, forgive me if y'all listening, but it
is what it was.
It was West Coast hip hop. But at the same time, it was dope. And it made me want to do it.
Okay.
And so I started scratching up my mama's Luther Vandross records and her Freddie records. So yeah, I hella got in trouble.
I was like, you that ass whooping played for that.
Yeah. But my mom was actually the biggest supporter in that. She was like, I'll tell you what, instead of giving you an allowance, let's get you some records. And we would go to T.Y. Uzi's. And I would get a record or two like every week. And he just started building and building and building. That's kind of what got me into
you got the record collection, what was your first DJ mixer then?
Pyramid.
It
was a jam.
Did you borrow it? Did you steal it? Or did you buy it?
Did you get that from the flea market? That's the only place you can get those.
It was a used Pyramid. Long one.
Oh, the 19-inch.
Messed up, yes. And it was messed up. It had I think 2 faders or something like that. And
did it have echo on that?
If it did, it didn't work. But it had. I just remember. I wasn't really knowing all the knobs, but it was like that. But before that, I used my radio.
Oh, okay.
I hooked my mama turntable up to it, and I was scratching my little T-Boy Uzi records up to it. But it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly. What were some of the first records you got? You remember?
Dude, I remember.
Not Luther Vandross.
I remember buying Fat Boy's Crushen.
I used to love that song.
Crushen.
Yeah.
It was Fat Boy's Crushen, Beastie Boys licensed. But no, it wasn't. It was the 12 inches.
Okay.
The 12 inches.
Yeah.
Black with the turntable on.
Nice.
And I remember getting Run DMC, UB Illin 12-inch, and it was some other things I can't remember right now. But yeah, that's how I got started. So I'll really say that Fat Boy's Crushen was really one of my first. Oh, and I remember getting an Ice-T record too, but it had got warped. So. Yeah, that was hip hop for me. Well,
so being from the town, what'd you wear? Chuck Taylors or Air Force Ones?
What, back then? Nah, bro, I wore Cortez. Cortez. Troops.
What you prefer now? Troops.
Now? Yeah, oh man, I had some clean money green white Troops, bro. The Lamborghinis, man.
Dude, I tell you, it's so different from San Jose.
Oh yeah. What you sporting now?
I'm a Jordan dude.
See, you done graduated.
But I really can't afford it because my kids need shoes.
I hear you.
Amen to that.
Yeah, so I kind of got to work overtime or whatever to get mine. But I ain't bought no new shoes in a while anyway. So my son is the one, and I don't mind. That's the business.
Yeah. Now, what's one of your memorable gigs, man? Playing out.
Let's see here. No, I didn't like that one.
How come you didn't like that one?
Oh, because I just didn't. Okay. Well, yeah, I can use that one. It was at it was a house party. And of course, in East Oakland, it was a house party. It wasn't that big, but it was like a card party.
Okay.
Like you know, people thought they little bit risk parties and Tonka or whatever. And I DJ'd that, and I was playing Action Pack Gangsters. I was playing what's the dude, MC Surge, Oakland Strip. I remember when you found that I was playing that. I was playing
what kind of party was this?
It was card party. It's old black people, yeah.
I never heard of that.
Oh yeah, they're
explain
like
that to me real quick.
They just play cards.
They just play cards. It's like
a card, like.
It's like
not playing Uno or anything.
Nah, bro. They play like hood. It's like a hood casino.
Yeah, like you said, bid whist, spades.
And then like they had like all these different tables, and then they all like play, and then whoever wins go to the next table and whatnot.
Did you have to pay to get into this, or you had to pay?
No. You just bring food. Like somebody making a pot of chitlins, or somebody making like you laughing, but it's true.
Yeah, that's
somebody they bring some.
It's like a potluck, and you're just playing games,
straight up, drinking, and then drinking. They're bringing all they drink or whatever. That's what it was about. But they needed a DJ, and that was my first actual DJ gig. I got paid $76. I never forget, because it was like whatever, $76, and I played it, and I was and it was cool because I could play whatever I wanted, and they weren't really tripping. You know, they bobbed their head a little. I was playing MC Hammer, Let's Get It Started. You know, I was playing all the early stuff back then. Third Bass. What was Third Bass very first? Step Into the AM.
Step Into the AM.
Yeah,
Step Into the AM.
I played all a bunch of stuff, and
Brooklyn
my
Queens.
mixing was so whack, dude. It was so whack. I was scratching it in and volumes off, and God. That was my first gig, man.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
What's one gig, your dream gig, you say, man, I gotta play this? Maybe a couple of them that you say, man, I really want to play this.
Man, that's Coliseum.
Yeah?
Like at a dope concert in front of everybody at the Coliseum. That would be my dream. But I had that pretty close. And that was when we did what was it? Me and Baldy did the for Lettucey for the city of Oakland.
Redwoods.
Redwoods.
Oh, up in the Redwoods.
Oh,
okay.
Yes. Redwoods.
Okay.
Right. And the city of Oakland hired me. They hired me to do it, but I bought my boy Baldy because he had more of the equipment than I did, and it was in front of like 4,000 people.
Yeah, I think you was nice.
I'll
Cool.
never forget. I was so nervous, man.
How many years ago was this?
It was about 6 years ago.
Okay. So this is
No, probably about 6, 7 years ago.
early Lettucey.
Who had the best set? You or Baldy?
Me. Me. And because I played. I put on. Was it James Brown, Funky Good Time? It was like, okay, DJ TekNeek is your turn, and I'm way up top with the crowd. Not downstairs.
Yeah.
Down, in the stage. I'm up top with the crowd. Go ahead, DJ TekNeek. Sitting there. Dun, 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 dun. Gonna have a funky good time. And I'm looking, and I'm seeing people up in there.
Yeah.
And I was nervous, but I was excited because I'm like, oh my God, they're liking what I'm playing. Because you playing for 3,000 people, you playing something whack. That's 3,000 people saying you whack. And they was saying they was dancing, and it was like a natural high that I could not get over, man. So yeah, that was my close to dream gig.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Early Lettucey, did you get to meet her? Or?
No, I didn't. I sure wanted to.
This is long, man. Yeah, this is. That's like first album. First, second album, somewhere around there.
It's like one of her underground ones that she.
Man, before wow.
She was in there. She was. Woo.
That's
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Man. That ain't a
What are y'all
bad.
questions, by the way? Y'all dope for these.
Go ahead and tell me your first hoop you used to use to get the gigs, man.
Oh, man, that was the Plymouth Horizon, man, 1983, man. Come on now.
Did everything work in it?
No. Nah, it wasn't working at all. It was a white Plymouth Horizon. I bought it for $500 off my uncle, right? It was one of my older drunk uncles who used to be at the Big West party. And his name was Oliver, but he went by Bleed. And I bought that car from Uncle Bleed, and got me to where I had to go and whatnot. And it was cool. That was around the time when Telegraph was real, super popular and whatnot in Berkeley. So we got right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like 90,
Right down from UC Berkeley. Yep.
yeah, 94, 95, man. And
Yeah.
I was riding that car got me to where I had to go to get these gigs, man. With that same pyramid mixer. That mixer, blood, was cool.
When did you get your first pair of 1200s?
I really don't want to tell that story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. I hope this doesn't get back. Because I had Newmarks for the longest. I had some Geminis, and then I had some Newmarks. I got my first pair of 1200s from a dope fan.
Man, Bruno told me a story like that with CJ Flash. I think it was Paws Red or
I think it was pause. He said.
Mine's from a dope
you
fan.
got.
Yep, and the little North Oakland, Berkeley, I guess it was some people, some DJs, I guess they lived in an apartment or whatever. And, they had the little, they were in the metal cases.
Right.
And she was trying to sell them because she thought they were guns. And she was like the manager of the apartment, so she was a crackhead manager of the apartment. So she's lugging them and she's trying to sell them, right? And I got an uncle the same age as me, and I always told him, if you ever find some turntable, say TekNeek 1200, like my DJ name, call me. So he says, okay. And I told him that like years ago. This fool remember.
Uncle remember, huh?
He called me one day, and he's telling me the story I'm telling you now. She went over to the to the ad where the dudes was like, hey man, I'm selling these, whatever. And they was like, what is this? She goes, they guns. You can sell them, whatever. They open like, these turntables, man. We don't want no turntables. We ain't no DJ. Don't nobody scratch on no records. Uncle got wind of it. Uncle, Mr. East Oakland, Mr. Mentality, Mr. Super Smart. Hey man, my nephew buy those off you for $100. She said, okay, whatever. So he called me. Hey, it's a lady. She got some turntables. They in these little metal cases, right? And she thought they was guns, but they said TekNeek. So she selling for $100. For real though, blood. No, I'm serious. Okay, I'll check it out. I was working at the Henry J. Kaiser Convention Center at that time, and I was working at Macy's, so I had a little extra money. So he said, come through on Thursday. So I said, okay, bought 520s with me, right? Took her to the house,
He
right?
said 520s.
Opened them, and I had to like contain myself.
You couldn't believe it.
It was one of the Fred Sanford little deals, like, oh my God, right?
They real.
Somehow, the doping lady kind of got real smart about it and was like, well, I know how much they worth, and I want more than $100. My uncle said, no, that's the deal we had. It's $100. I said, lady, look, put it down. Money talk. She said, take them damn things.
Yeah, crackhead.
Carrying them with a smile on my face, stay heavy. We putting them in my car. I'm like, go, let's go. And the same turntables I got now.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're the ones with the, how you got the push button on it? Yeah. Oh, man, I've had them since, man. So if there's a DJ, whoever they belong to, I'm sorry.
And DJ Premier, the same thing. He got some stolen ones too, man.
So it's going to probably get back to whoever, hey, man, that was mine. I know the little manager lady you talking about. So if you did, I'm sorry, but look, that's what happened.
Hey, at least I'm treating them well. They got a good home, huh?
They got a little dust on them, but that's good earned dust.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ TekNeek.
Man, thanks for coming out, brother.
For sure. Handsome brothers.
Ooh,